It's Wednesday, and a warm one at that. Good evening, everybody. I'm Rick Arsenault. It's time again for another edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. If you haven't done so yet, you know the drill. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Get down in the corner, smash that like and subscribe button. It's been a long, crazy day for me. We're getting out a little later tonight than normal. I'm going to try to keep this to maybe about 10 or 12 minutes. I don't have a whole lot of time to do a very lengthy show tonight. I'll try to get you caught up with everything that's going on. Let's get the sponsors out of the way here first, shall we? Great folks at Beck Chevrolet. You know, before you head out on vacation this summer, you got to head to Frank Beck Chevrolet. Why? Because the service professionals can make sure that your vehicle is ready for your summertime trips. And now's the time to have that air conditioning checked, as well as your tires, windshield wipers, etc., etc. And if you think it's time for something new, Beck's has a great selection of both new and pre-owned models, all specially priced. For sales and service, give Beck's a call at 849-2886 or stop by Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Stop on out and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Good advice. Before you head it out, get in there, get everything checked out. Make sure you're good to go. Make sure you're roadworthy. Better safe than sorry. Get in here, Miggy. I almost forgot about you. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And indeed, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealer in our tri-state area. Stay hydrated. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance on the corner of M99 and US 12 in downtown Jonesville. Barrett Insurance at barrettins.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. Barrett Insurance. Again, on the corner of M99 and US 12 in downtown Jonesville. 517-849-1000. barrettins.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. Quickly, get caught up on everything's going on here. Like I said, this is only be about 10, 12 minutes. That's all we have time to do tonight. NBA. Game 3 tonight of the finals between the Thunder and the Pacers. That series is tied up at 1 game apiece. Game 3 is tonight in Indianapolis. NHL. Monday night, the Panthers didn't have much of a problem beating the Oilers. What was it? 6-1, I think, something like that. So they will play again tomorrow night, and Florida has a 2-1 lead in that series. By the way, before we get to, I gave you some. Look, I'm not a horse racing fan. I made a bad mistake Monday night. I told you that journalism won the Belmont. It was not journalism. I'm not a horse racing fan anyway, but that's my bag. Okay. Sovereignty won the Kentucky Derby. For some reason, did not run in the Preakness and then won the Belmont. Okay. Sovereignty, had he run in the Preakness, might have won the Triple Crown this year. I don't know why they chose not to run him there. It was journalism who won the Preakness. Okay, I'm not a horse racing fan anyway, but my bag, that's bad reporting on my part. I'm sorry I gave you bad information there. I was wrong. You wanted to get that out of the way. That's just bad reporting on my part. And I knew that too, but it didn't translate from the brain out of my mouth the way I meant it to. But I apologize for that. I made a mistake. Can you believe that? Tigers won last night in Baltimore, 5-3. I thought Sawyer Gibson Long were pretty good last night. Spencer Torkelson with home run number 16. RBIs number 47 and 48. Look, he should be the starting first baseman in the All-Star game. He won't be. It'll either be Vlad Guerrero of the Blue Jays or Paul Goldschmidt of the Yankees. I can guarantee you that. He leads all first basemen in home runs and RBI. It's not even close. He'll be on the team, but he won't start. Pretty much all that all-star voting has become as a popularity contest. And he's not exactly a household name, especially not in your bigger markets. New York, Chicago, LA. By the way, Toronto is the fourth largest market in North America, if you didn't know that. It is. Of course, it's the biggest city in Canada and the fourth largest market in North America. And that's why a leaguer be Vlad Guerrero or Paul Goldschmidt starting for the American League in the All-Star game. And that's a farce, let's face it. It's pretty much become a farce. Torkelson will be on the team, but he simply isn't going to be starting. No. So the Tigers, as we speak, are 44-24. If you want to go back to last year when they finished the regular season 31-11 to where we are now, that's 110 games. The Tigers are 75-35 in their last 110 games. This is not a fluke. It's not a mirage. It's not an anomaly. It's a real deal. It's a good ball club. And Scott Harris did an interview this morning on the flagship with Jim Costa and John Jansen. A couple of things that I took out of that. Quoting him, paraphrasing really. Paraphrasing what he said was, we will do our darndest to address our issues or our weaknesses, and we will do everything we can to correct that and make that better. He was also asked, a little surprising, he was also asked if there were any untouchables right now in their minor league system. He basically said no. I thought that was interesting too. He was asked also about Garrett Skubal, and I can understand why he didn't really want to talk about that. That's an in-house issue, and apparently there was a quote in one of the New York newspapers from him saying it takes two to tango. I don't want to discuss that at all. You can't blame him for that. That's fair. It is what it is right now. But anyway, Casey Mize is going for the Tigers tonight. Let's hope his command is a little better than it has been the past couple of games. I think the game in Chicago last week, he walked 4 or 5 batters. He comes into the game 6-1 with an ERA, still a nice ERA of 2.91. He'll be opposed by the Orioles' Zach Eflin. He's a right-hander. He's 5-2, ERA of 4.47. The starting lineup for the Tigers tonight: Austin Meadows in center field, Cleber Torres at second base, Kerry Carpenter, the DH, Riley Green in left field, Spencer Torkelson at first, What's Up Perez in right field, batting 7th, Colt Keith at third base, Jake Rogers is catching tonight, batting 8th, and batting 9th and playing shortstop is Zach McKinstry. Well, look who leads the American League in triples. He had 2 more last night, Zach McKinstry. If you're wondering what the record is for triples, you've got to go all the way back to 1912, and I forget the player's name. He had 36 triples that year. That was in the dead ball era. There weren't many home runs hit back then, obviously, and you imagine that, 36 triples in 1 year. Anyway, that gives McKinstry something to shoot for, I guess. Anyway, Tigers and Orioles tonight. Going to look ahead to the schedule. Spencer Torkelson will pitch tomorrow night before they come right back home for a 3-game series this weekend against the Reds. The Reds just finished up a 3-game series in Cleveland. They've got tomorrow off. They won 2 out of 3. Indians won today, or Indians. I'm still calling them the Indians. The play-by-play guy, Tom Hamilton, is still calling them the Indians. It's all to me. That's going to be hard for me to. I don't care how long this goes, but it's to me they're always the Indians. Of course, they're not anymore than the Guardians. But anyway, they won today, so they're 8.5 games out. Tigers win tonight, they'll be 9 games out again. So, yeah, Cleveland is 4 games over 500 right now, I think. No, no. Their run differential is still in the minus category by quite a bit, like 40 something, minus 40 something. So, anyway, let's hope Mize gets it together tonight. Also, of relevancy at Toledo tonight, Alex Cobb is making a start. Apparently, he's getting close to coming back. I shouldn't say coming back because he hasn't been here yet, but let's hope it won't be too long before we see Alex Cobb in this rotation. We need him badly. Although, again, I thought Sawyer Gibson-Long was pretty good last night for not having pitched in a couple of years. Also, apparently, Matt Merling is getting close to coming back again. Let's hope he can get the shoulder issue cleared up and out of the way. We could use him. Every Saturday morning on the timeout show between now and the trade deadline, I will give you one name who I think Scott Harris should pursue, or at least look into pursuing anyway. Put a lot of research into this, so make sure you're listening every Saturday morning. Okay, before we get out of here, little Lion talk. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale. Tim Lilly and his staff, Lendley, 37 Walter Street, 517-610-5372. As I've told you many times before, this is the only place to go in our area here if you have a technical issue, anything at all. They are more than capable of addressing whatever issue you have. Computers, new or used, maybe you're changing internet providers, you need that installed. Flat screen TV mounting, programming, printers, new or used, anything at all. Please, folks, get in there and see them. There's no other place around here to go but Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walton Street, 517-610-5372, or better yet, get in there and see them. Tell them Miggy sent you, will you please? Thank you very much. As you saw in the headline, in an interview, pardon me, in an interview that he did a couple of days ago with USA Today, former Lion Edge, Zadarius Smith, who's still out there yet, he's still a free agent, said he wants to be a Lion. He wants to rejoin the Lions. He was so impressed with the coaching staff in the front office when he was here last year, and they were so good to him. He'd like to come back. Well, let's take a little trip down memory lane. When the Lions initially let him go after the season, Brad Holmes said they couldn't afford him. Well, once Frank Ragnow's retirement becomes official, the Lions will be about $45 million under the salary cap. If he wants to come back that badly, I'm sure he'd take a discount. He said he's had a marvelous 11 or 12-year career, whatever it is. The one void in his career right now is a Super Bowl ring, and he feels that he could get that with the Lions. I think he could too. You got to remember, though, he's not a 3-down back. He's mainly a pass rushing specialist. And he was simply, most of his snaps that he'd be taking would be in passing situations, 3rd and long. He did not have a good game against the Commanders in the playoffs, but what Lion did, I don't think that's really fair to, probably not a fair comment to make about him either. So we'll see where that goes. I'd like to see him come back, and I think it will be. I think before the Lions camp opens on next month, on July 20th, I think shortly before, maybe even shortly after that, I think they will get something done. I think that's why he's still out there now. I think there's been some kind of an agreement made that before training camp opens up, he'll be back at a reduced price. Somewhat of a reduced. Look, if he wants to come back that badly, he'll take a reduction. Okay. Just remember Brad Holmes saying the reason they cut ties with him was because they couldn't afford him. Marcus Davenport is back too, supposedly a healthy Marcus Davenport. He's an every down player, as is Aiden Hutchinson. Great teammate Just a good locker room guy, all around good guy. I think it's going to get done. I think Zadarius Smith will be a Lion when it's all said and done. Okay. Food for thought, anyway. I got you caught up pretty much on everything going on. We'll talk to you all again on Friday. Yeah, Friday. Don't forget every Saturday morning with Andy and Chet here locally at 92.1 WCSR, 92.1 FM from 9 to 10, the Timeout Show. And I will talk to you all again on Friday. So until Friday, please remember to treat each other with respect. Thanks so much again for watching and listening. You don't know how much I appreciate that. And as I said, I'll talk to you all again on Friday. So until then, have a very good rest of your evening. Thanks for watching, everybody, and go Tigers. Thanks. Good night.